Right, well this is a big moment. After 2 years of biking, I'm about to see whether I can carry on or not, because over the last couple of years, since I made my 2023 first ride out video that you'll find on my playlist, I've had a lot of health problems. In fact, I've had bypass operations on both my legs. And it's only now, in August of 2025, and after 9 months of physio, that I feel strong enough and able enough to go out again, to be quite honest. But this is a big moment. Will she fire up? I had her MOT last year. Yeah, that was great. Ali came round, picked her up, had her MOT, brought her back. I've had her on an optimizer all the time, so I'm not worried about the electrics. What I am worried about is whether the fuel's gone off. I filled it up with fresh fuel before the last MOT, but that's 10 months ago now. So hopefully the fuel will last. The tank's a bit too full to put some in right away, so I'm going to have to go for a spin and then come back into town and fill her up with fresh fuel. That's my main worry, but let's see if she starts up. That's all working. Look at that. I hadn't started her up for 10 months. It started on the button. That's thanks to having an optimizer, you see.
And so I set out, and I've decided to speed it up to 4 times, because I was recording sound with my purple Panda mic plugged into my iPhone, which is on my inside pocket. But when I went to inspect the sound file, it wasn't any good at all. It sounded like it was, it was just useless. And in fact, there's a clip at the end, which I'm going to show you now, that explains why. There's my purple Panda mic. It's hanging out outside my helmet down the front. So that's no good at all, obviously. Yeah. I've got some Alanzi J2 wireless mics, which might be easier anyway, to be honest, because they've also got noise cancellation on them. So I think I'm going to investigate using those instead for the running commentary. But this is the run. I mean, it's at 4 speeds. I just went round one of my usual runs via what's its name? I've forgotten its name now, but it's one of my usual runs. I go round a loop and go back into Tewkesbury via the Mythe Bridge. And I got to say, it all worked fine. When I first got on it, I got incredible cramp in my left calf when I got it out of the garage. And luckily a neighbour was passing, and I asked her to put the side stand down for me, and I did a sort of like a few stretches by the side, then got back on, set off, and I didn't have any problems at all. It all came back really easily. I didn't have any problems controlling the bike. My legs felt great, nice and comfortable. To begin with, I thought they were going to be too scrunched up, but they weren't at all. They didn't feel uncomfortable at all. I didn't have any problems with the controls. It all just came back naturally, although I was a bit sort of tense, because I mean, it is the first time in 2 years, so you know, I was taking it dead easy, and these are roads I know, obviously. So the potholes didn't seem too bad. I don't think I saw any, so that's quite good. And yeah, I mean, what a relief to get back out on the motorbike after 2 years of hell. Such a relief. 2 years in which I had 2 bypass operations. Last 9 months I've been doing physio, all building up to this moment. One of the main problems I had was trying to find clothes that fitted me. Because after my second operation I gave up smoking. I gave up after 50 years. I didn't have any problems at all. I mean, even after 50 years I just came out of hospital and thought, well, I'm not going to smoke anymore, and didn't. And to be honest, I found it just dead easy. I mean, no problem whatsoever. But what they fail to tell you, of course, is that you start putting on weight. And I mean, I slammed on weight. I've always had problems with my weight anyway. And I put on 2 stone, right, almost immediately, on exactly the same diet as I'd been having before I went into hospital, and eating which I was actually losing a few pounds every year, and I was really happy with the diet. I enjoyed it. I was losing weight eating it. It was absolutely ideal. But gave up smoking and all that goes out the window, I tell you. And I just, excuse me, when I came out, I mean, I just put on weight just immediately. And it's sort of, it's sort of stabilised now. But I'm not losing it at any great speed, I must admit. And it's a bit of a worry, really, a bit of a performance. But I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to make much difference what I eat. I still seem to. I don't seem to be losing much. And I think the important thing is, as I say, I've been struggling with weight all my life, is to make it sustainable. Crash diets and all this nonsense of, the diets they advertise, none of that works because you just revert after the end of them. You really have to find a lifestyle that suits you, whereby you're still losing weight. And that's exactly what I had before all this hassle with my legs. Yeah, and I can't tell you how tense I was before getting on it today. I woke up today and I thought, right, this is the day. Because I probably could have gone on a few weeks ago. But last year, when I was just exhausted the whole time. I left out a load of maintenance I should have done on the house, and this year I've been sort of catching up on all that and all the other things that I neglected last year because I wasn't really fit to take on anything. I was just, trying to go for a walk and then sort of lying on the sofa the rest of the day. And I caught up with everything, and I have caught up with everything now, and it's sort of like my mind was sufficiently at rest to take on this, which was a big challenge. There's all sorts of things that could go wrong, which didn't, and I found it really easy. I just about reached the ground on tippy toe, and that was it. This was my ride. We're back in Tewkesbury now, having done the loop. I'm going to go down Tewkesbury High Street at 4 times speed. Yay! Yeah. But, yeah, fantastic. Lots of other bikers out. And it was just such a relief to get out on the bike again.
There we go. I got the rest of the video processed. Waiting to upload it when I've added this clip. Right, that's it. Success. Total success apart from the sound, which is something I can work on. Obviously it helps if you've got the microphone inside the bloody helmet and not, hanging down your chest. But I've also got the one I'm using at the moment, the Alanzi J2 wireless mic, which is something to consider. These have got noise cancellation, which might be helpful on a motorbike. So the next project, I think, is to do that again a few times. Course Lawn was the name of the village I was looking for. Yeah, I did a loop to the west of Tewkesbury, going out on the Gloucester and Cheltenham road, and then turned right up to Course Lawn and did a loop right back into going over the Mythe Bridge into town. I can do that, and then I can carry on and go around Breeden Hill, so I do a nice figure of 8. The Breeden Hill bit is 25 miles, and that bit I did today is, 15 or something. So do a few of those, get the old confidence and the old hazard perception ticking over well, getting a bit more practice in. And then the next project is I want to go down to this new CTL cafe in Cirencester. CTL stands for Cherry Tree Lane, and in fact back in the 80s, I had my cars serviced there a few times when I was living in Interceptor. So I know where it is, but they've obviously tarted the whole thing up and opened this cafe because it used to be a very down-to-earth sort of garage, just garage. But now someone's obviously thrown a load of money at it and started doing that cafe. And there's quite a fuss about it on the bikers' channels. And hopefully I'll go meet my old mate Budge. We'll see what happens, but that's it. I know I said it before in the video, but I can't tell you what a relief it is to get back out on the bike. It's all worked out and it's all been quite a journey, you know, but I'm proof that if you suffer a few disasters, you can overcome them. You know, don't lose faith. Just keep on trying, really. That's all we can do. Okay, I won't get all preachy. I'll see you next. Oh, I tell you what I forgot to say. Yeah, the only clothes I found, bikers' clothes I found that fitted me, were ones that I bought when I first started biking again after my mum died in 2014. Because I weighed quite a bit more then as well. Because you know, all this weight I put on from giving up smoking. But I found a pair of jeans and that jacket, that orange and white black jacket, that fit quite well. That jacket is one of those ones you send off to India and they make it for you. I think it must be buffalo hide because it's it weighs an absolute ton and it's sort of like half an inch thick. Yeah, and to cap it all, I mean the last thing, like the icing on the cake, is that jacket which I last wore about 8 years ago, I should think. I found £3.80 in the pocket. I must have bought petrol with cash on it, last time I wore it, and that was the change. So there we go. I'm £3.80 up on the deal. It's over.